In my last video, I told you about my aha moment in yoga and how a simple 15-minute VHS was the beginning of some pretty big changes in my life. I went from working as a licensed pharmacist to running a natural pharmacy, and then I opened Semper Viva Yoga and started leading international trainings and retreats. I had no idea what was in store for me that day I snuck home from work with that VHS. But the biggest changes were internal. My biggest aha was discovering how much of my suffering was unnecessary and self-created. But when you're in a downward spiral and it looks like you're doing all the right things, you get caught in the idea that all you have to do is keep working harder and everything will fall into place. Well, it didn't. All the working harder just led to feeling even more depleted. Even the workouts I was choosing to burn off my stress were depleting. I was working out every day, but after the initial endorphin high would wear off, I felt even worse. And so this led to a greater dependency on sugar and caffeine, which heightened my anxiety, and on the vicious cycle went. Sound familiar? The changes I experienced by dedicating to a consistent practice of yoga and meditation were astounding and so easy to stick to because the benefits were immediate. And even when the physical practices felt demanding, they were still healing and nourishing to my nervous system, so I never felt burnt out or exhausted after yoga. In fact, I always felt completely refreshed and restored. Now, something else happened on my yoga journey. As I began my studies, I started getting some not so subtle messages to dress a certain way and visit temples of a different faith. When I began my training, I understood yoga as a life path, a philosophy of living a healthy life, and it worked. I was feeling way better than I had in years. My business was doing well, and my relationships were deepening, so I didn't want to give up the practice. But the mixed messages I was getting were unsettling. This is when destiny stepped in and led me to my mentor of many years, Gurumukh Khalsa. She told me once that she was considered the black sheep of Kundalini Yoga for her different approach to the practice. And after experiencing her class that was infused with everything from Beatles music to traditional mantras, I decided I could commit to this path, but only if I went the way of the black sheep. To me, this meant honoring all that I had learned and offering it completely free of dogma and religion. This is another integral piece of the Self-Mastery Series online courses. They are designed to take your life to the next level. I'll tell you more about these transformational courses in my next video. Sat Nam.